Okay, here we are in my messy shed. We're going to get a little seasick with this one. Hopefully you can hear me over that. That's the glass tumbler in the background. I'm not turning it off just for you. Anyway, so here's an update to the Flypaper. The Flypaper didn't work. What happened was when I hung the strips, it dripped honey. And what was left on the Flypaper wasn't thick enough or sticky enough for the flies to actually stick to it. Now, I even tried not hanging them, just laying them flat on the ground, and still I got no fly stick to it. I don't think the flies even came to it when it was on a flat surface. I think apparently flies are more likely to go to it if it's hanging up. I did get a lot of flies, some flies while they were hanging up, but they did not stick to it. It was good, the ones laying out flat on a table, on a surface, on the floor, anywhere flat, horizontally. I got a lot of ants, large ants, not the small ants. I only got the large ants that stuck to it, so it worked for the large ants. I don't have any small ants out here in the shed, which is where I was doing this experiment. So it might work for small ants, I don't know. Maybe in the future I'll try it in the house. But for right now I was just wanting to deal with the flies. So what I tried is I got some free suet. I know I told you about the suet cakes I make. From the same place I got that suet, I got this suet. I decided to try and see if I could make a fly catching system with the suet, because it seems flies like raw meat. I would only try this with raw meat. I don't think they're as much attracted to cooked meat. I tried it with cooked meat, it didn't seem to work well. Or as well, maybe. Now here's the raw meat. What I did was I took one of them honky bottles that I told you never to buy. One of these. And I did not buy this bottle. I do not buy anything in plastic bottles. I drilled holes through on various parts. I wouldn't drill too many. I would definitely put one on the top. I would definitely recommend putting one on the top. Don't put it on the bottom because your liquid will fall through. It'll get all gushy. So make sure you have your holes drilled above the line of the meat. I would recommend putting the meat in first and then drilling the holes. And not drilling too many holes. Let's see, here's another hole. Because the flies will be able to get their way out if you drill too many holes. But you want to make enough holes to where the flies can smell the meat and it'll attract them, but not too many holes to where they'll be able to easily get out. Now that, if you notice, I don't know if you noticed, that you can see in there all the black specks with the flies. Let me see if I can, okay, some of the waters, some of the liquids, look at that, see it's coming out of those. Anyways, I'm just doing this to show you how many flies it's got. Let me see if I can get in there. See all them flies? Now that was from the front porch. A lot of flies in the summertime like to fly around our front porch. I got that that's from the front porch. Now here's another one. You can also hang it. Here's one I made. Now here's the fly strips that I made. If you notice, there's no flies on the strips. There's a couple gnats. Here's one of them store-bought ones. It fell on the ground, so it got some sawdust or wood chips in there. But you can see, well, it's out of focus here, but you can see how many flies that gets. And I got nothing on these fly strips. But here's the here's this. This has been in here overnight. I put what do you call that? Some type of metal around here. I hung it up from hanger. Got one of them little slats in there. And so I hooked the metal thing on there, wrapped it around. This, it does have a hole on the top too. And I have gotten some flies from in here. Doesn't seem to be as many flies in the shed this year. I don't think there's as much poop. Where there's poop, there's flies. There's going to be flies. And there's chicken droppings in here. And so, like I said, I would recommend doing this before doing any fly paper, because I'm getting more flies with the raw meat than I got. I got far more flies with the raw meat than with the fly paper. The fly paper got nothing. So far, this is the best I've seen homemade from my experience. As you know, I don't just tell you this is what I've been told or this is what I read on Pinterest. I actually try these out. You know, I'll tell you, I'm working on it. I'll show you how to do it. But then I always try to update to let you know if it actually works or not. And most of the things I try not to even bring up until I've experimented them first. Anyways, use what you have to make what you want. That's my motto. And that should be your motto too. Reduce, reuse, recycle.